Iran's leaders are celebrating the new nuclear deal handed to them by the U.S. and 5 other world powers this weekend. President Obama called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and discussed the agreement. But as Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem, Israeli leaders feel the deal is a dangerous one.
The White House briefed reporters on the call between President Obama and Prime Minister Netanyahu. Netanyahu said repeatedly the deal is a dangerous one for the Jewish state.
Israel has many friends and allies, but when they're mistaken, it's my obligation to speak out clearly and openly and say so. It's my solemn responsibility to protect and defend the one and only Jewish state.
Netanyahu says that Israel is not obligated to the deal, and Israeli leaders are emphasizing that all options, including a military one, are on the table. Now, U.S. Secretary of State Kerry must convince his former Senate colleagues this is a good deal.
I believe Congress will recognize that this deal actually has a great deal of benefit in it.
Some remain unconvinced.
Nothing in this deal requires the destruction of any centrifuges. They're going to continue to be able to replace centrifuges that become inoperable. And I just don't see this movement in the direction of preventing Iran from developing a nuclear weapon at all.
Already there's a disagreement over one of the agreement's key provisions, the right to enrich uranium.
There is no right to enrich. We do not recognize a right to enrich. It is clear in the NPT, in the Non-Proliferation Treaty, it's very, very clear that there is no right to enrich.
But Iran's president sees the right to enrich uranium as the keystone to this agreement and says the world powers have recognized Iran's nuclear rights.
No matter what interpretations are given, Iran's right to enrichment has been recognized in the text of the agreement. For that reason, I announce to the Iranian nation that Iran's enrichment activity will continue as before.
This is an interim agreement, but Iran's foreign minister says negotiations for the next phase could begin in just a few weeks. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
In the U.S., lawmakers from both parties say they're skeptical that Iran will stick to a new nuclear deal. They want Congress to get ready to beef up economic penalties against Tehran if the accord falls apart. And Canada is also concerned with the deal. Canada's foreign minister says Iran has not proven it can be trusted yet, so Canada will keep its sanctions in place.